Lions TV, this is your mid-week roundup show. Plenty has gone on at the Den over the last week, so I felt I'd cram it all in to a little mid-week roundup show. Let's start with the under-23s. We've not covered those at all during pre-season, but they have played 2 games. Before I get into the games, let's talk about a new signing that they've made. His name is Shamar Lawson. There he is with the legend Paul Robinson and, of course, his new gaffer, Kevin Nugent. Signed from Mansfield. I have tried to look into him a little bit deeper. I don't think he's played for Mansfield's first team, but it's good that they're getting players in. The last time they did that, to my recollection, was Seb Drozd, and he's a really good player for the under-23s. Like him a lot. They plucked him out of non-league, but they've plucked Lawson from League 2, I believe. Yeah, Mansfield. Attacking midfielder. A show reel of him is up on YouTube if you want to go and have a look. Looks like a decent player, and he's played in both of those games so far. The first game for the under-23s was away at local non-league club Dulwich Hamlet. They won the game by 3-1. Tom Leahy with the opener. Shock. Opens his account for the season, and I expect him to be the main man for the 23s this season with a view to getting him in the first team, sooner rather than later. He's a real talented boy. Just knows where the goal is and works tirelessly for the team. The aforementioned Seb Drozd then added to that tally, and we went in at half-time 2-0 up at Champion Hill. Just after the hour mark, Dulwich Hamlet pulled one back, but then a Millwall substitute going by the name of Kamal Grant. I don't actually know him, but he's headed in a late third, and we win the game by 3-1. And the second game for the Young Lions in pre-season was also 3-1. However, they were on the receiving end of a defeat to non-league again, Chelmsford City. Abdul Malik come on as substitution and got a late consolation for the boys. I will try and stick with the 23s as much as possible this season. And as soon as their fixtures are out, I'll mark a few off and let you know what games I'm going to be going and watching. Because as we know, I do love to watch the 23s. Some exciting young players are in again this season. And I'm expecting Seb Drozd and Tom Leahy to shine. Moving on to the first team. Gary Rowett has got his squad assembled. The squad numbers are out. I will put them on the screen for you now who like, what squad numbers players are going to be. I personally couldn't give a shit who wears what, as long as they're all on the pitch and do their best for the club. But there you go, there's a quick look at the squad numbers. On that list there is Alex Mitchell, and he will be letting Alex Mitchell out on loan again for the season. I don't think that's anything against Al's performances. I think he's a really good defender. He came to the forefront quite quickly for me through the 23s. He went out on loan to Bromley for the back end of 2 seasons ago for their playoff push. They lost out to Chesterfield, I believe it was then. And then last season, he played the majority of the season on loan at League 2, Leyton Orient. And Gary Rowett has said they're looking for a new challenge for him this season. Hopefully League 1, potentially League 2. But Big Al will be going back out on loan. However, Rowett has also said that Isaac Alafe, Bessart Topoloj and Tyler Bury have impressed him during pre-season, and they will be staying put with the first team for now. Isaac Alafe did miss the last friendly against Ipswich with a tight hamstring. And now we move on to regular first teamers, the big hitters, starting with one of our own, Billy Mitchell. He signed a new long-term contract at the club. That was announced on Saturday, just before the Ipswich game. Of course, Billy Mitchell, born in Sidcup, Millwall fan, come through the academy, made his debut for the club in the final game of the 2018-19 season when he came on as a substitute under Neil Harris on the final day at Wigan. And he's gone from strength to strength since last season, being our main man, really, in our central midfield. I think he may sound like 42 appearances. I'm absolutely delighted. Congratulations, Bill. A new long-term contract at the club. And last night, he was joined by the machine, the Mountain, call him what you like, Scotland's finest. How has he not got a call-up yet for their international squad, by the way? Murray Wallace, 29 years old, just signed a new long-term contract at the club. Of course, Muzza was our 2021-22 player of the season. He's gone from strength to strength. He's made over 100 appearances for the Lions since joining from Scunthorpe in 2018. And an interesting one that the club put out last night, he scored 6 goals last season. To score 6 goals in 44 games in a side that, as I said, predominantly struggles to score goals from defence as well, is some serious going. So the fans are buzzing. Billy Mitchell signed long-term. Murray Wallace has signed long-term. We are now just waiting on our flying Irishman, Danny McNamara. That saga seems to rage on, and the sooner that's done, the better. Moving back up to the top of the tree, and the gaffer Gary Rowett, he came out this morning in the press and said he's been very, very impressed with our new number 7, Benik Afobe, during pre-season. 4 goals in 5 games. We are looking for a little bit of leadership now, aren't we? A little bit of front man, target man, lead from the front, Steve Morrison-ness this season, and it looks like we've definitely found it in Afobe. However, Rowett has said that despite Afobe's good form, he is still looking actively to bring in another forward-thinking player and has asked the fans to be patient, which I get that, Gal, and predominantly I'm not, predominantly we're not. But we have been. However, the season kicks off in about 15 minutes. No, it kicks off in 3 days' time. So we need a striker through the door. It does look like it's not going to be. Ellis Sims, the Everton striker, was a Millwall target, also wanted by Sunderland, Huddersfield and Heart of Midlothian north of the border, and it looked like that he was going to go to Blackpool. He'd been on loan there before. They agreed a fee and terms with Everton, but Sims has turned them down, opted to stay at Everton and instead go out on a season-long loan at Sunderland. So I'm gutted about that one. Big, powerful front man, young striker, could have been a permanent player at the club. I'm gutted about that one, but it does look like now that will not happen. So Gary Rowett will have to dip his toe back in the transfer market. And even if he signs someone now, let's be honest, they're not going to play Saturday. And so that's your lot for this midweek roundup show. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to see a little bit more of my extra large head, then I will be live tonight with this guy. Two giants collide. Benjamin Bloom will be in for our annual championship preview. What a guy he is, really, really knows his stuff, and we will be live streaming on Lions TV from 8 PM tonight, followed by a preview tomorrow for Stoke at home, and then of course live streaming for the Den on Saturday from 2:30 PM from beautiful SE16 and South Bermondsey. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Football is back. Come on, you Lions.